came all this way to see you.
Serampore, the city is several centuries old and has witnessed both the growth and decline of the feudal system, the coming of the Danes and the settlement, and then a cultural renaissance initiated by the British. Serampore has many histories and heritageous culture and establishments. Today I would say about a great place to spend a night or an afternoon in Denmark Tavern at Serampore, Hooghly in West Bengal, around 30 kilometers from Kolkata. The history of this place is a British innkeeper called James Parr opened Denmark Tavern and Hotel in 1786 on the bank of Hooghly River, Serampore. It is interesting that the Danish tavern was founded by an Englishman and not a Dane. This tavern has a bright cafe area and 4 private luxurious rooms for lodging. And its location is near Dhobighat, Serampore. The Englishman Mr. Parr opened his new tavern around 1786. A local advertisement declared that it was an elegant and comfortable establishment where gentlemen passing up and down the river may be accommodated with breakfast, dinner, supper and lodging. For a European gentleman who wished to get away from the bustling city of Calcutta or some distant Indian trading post farther up the river, the tavern offered everything he could possibly desire. There was wine and liquor, a coffee parlor with papers and a fine billiard table where one could relax with fellow European friends and business relations. In the early evening, when the weather was not too hot, European ladies and gentlemen would dress up and go for a stroll along the river, while the Indian merchants and landowners, all dressed in white cotton, would sit around chatting in groups. Somehow, someday, the tavern was shut down. The police had long used the building as residence but had relocated to a new back building when it fell into disrepair with the situation. Now the house has been reconstructed and the Denmark Tavern is once again used as a cafe, restaurant and hotel. You must be surprised with its elegant interior design with a spellbound atmosphere. Today, the tavern is no longer a place reserved for British or Europeans. The Denmark Tavern in Serampore, dating back to the 18th century, that had been restored with great care and reopened as a lodge with an attached cafe, is back in business now. Every day, the tavern fills up with Indian guests from Serampore, Kolkata and the neighboring cities who come to experience the historical atmosphere of the house. On the menu, you will find both cappuccino, Darjeeling tea and Indian curries. One can also enjoy Danish roast and Danish pastry. Tourists can rent a room and take part in the local cafe life, and with the police still residing in the back building, the house now encompasses its entire history. This house is owned by the state government of West Bengal and run by Park Group, a well-known Indian hotel chain. The state tourism department had dusted off and spruced up a relic from the 18th century Denmark Tavern that you can now book for staying or an evening to spend in there. The tavern has a bright cafe area and 4 private luxurious rooms for lodging. There is also a church inside the premises. The balcony offers a great view of River Hooghly, and the furniture is traditional and antique, including a series of hand-picked paintings on old Calcutta that adorn the walls, giving the tavern a warm vintage vibe. You can book any of the 5 high-ceiling spacious rooms on Bengal's tourism department website. You must glad to see this heritageous place on the bank of Ganges with its vintage aesthetics at its best. When you stay at the tavern, get some books along as a homage to British Baptist missionary William Carey, who had been a resident here. He settled in Serampore in 1799 because it was the only place in Bengal where he wasn't ostracized for being a Baptist evangelical. And if you want to come here, you can take a train from Howrah station to Serampore, but we suggest you to take the ferry from the Dhobighat and Barakpur to the Serampore jetty. It's a much more picturesque route, and you can see the tavern from the river as you approach. Thank you all for being here with me, and we will come with a new episode with a new video. Thank you so much.